Hi, it's Tuesday, April 29th, I believe. Yep. Um, hold on. Nope, it's April 28th. That's what happens when you go live. Sometimes you don't know what the date is. Okay, so since it's Tuesday, that means that our class is set up for 3rd through 5th grade. And today we're going to talk about digital friendships. All of the class material is on Google Classroom, and all you have to do is sign up for Google Classroom. It's completely free, and you click, there's a little plus sign at the top, and you click join class, and then you put in a class code, and it'll take you to the class. So the class code for today is the number 6, T as in Tom, E as in easy, Z as in zebra, Y as in yes, the number 7, and Y as in yes. So 6 T E Z Y 7 Y. Okay. So digital friendships. Let's talk about that. Have you ever chatted with someone online, whether that's in a video game or maybe on Facebook or Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, any of those chat rooms, anything? If you've ever chatted online, who are the people that you chat with? Are they family members? Are they friends? Are they other people who are playing the same video game that you're playing? And do you know them in person? How well do you know them? For most of us, we talk to friends and family, mostly people that we know, people that we go to school with, or people that are in our family. So what are some of the benefits and risks of talking to folks online? Well, one of the benefits is that we get to keep in touch with friends and family. And that's great. I have a brother who lives in California, and I don't get to see him very often. So I really like social media because I get to see what he's up to in his daily life, and we get to chat on Messenger, which I think is great. If you have ever had a friend who went to your school and then moved away, social media can be a great way to keep up with that friend. Back when I was a kid, we would have to wait till after 7 o'clock, and then we could call them. Typically, you lost touch because you didn't have a chance to kind of keep up with their daily life. So that's a benefit. What's another benefit? We learn about people and things from all over the place, from all over the world, and we can learn things in real time, which is awesome. It's really fantastic. So keeping in touch, learning things, learning about people, learning about places, that's all fantastic. What are some of the risks of chatting with people online? Well, sometimes you might chat with someone that you don't know, and maybe they don't want good things for you. This can put you at risk. And as you progress in grade level, we talk more about that. But you could be at risk talking to people that you don't know. You could also be bullied. There's a lot of online bullying, so that's a risk to chatting with people online. Sometimes when you tell a secret or something like that, maybe you're embarrassed. Maybe people, again, tell secrets about you and you're embarrassed. So there are risks and benefits to talking to people online. And so a benefit is something that's good, and a risk is something that could potentially be bad. So we're going to do, there's handouts. And again, if you can print those off on Google Classroom, great. If you can't, it's totally fine. We're going to go through all of that stuff today, and you can just do this on a blank sheet of paper. So we're going to read, it's called Sita Story. And All right. We're going to read these and then we will answer some questions. So, scenario 1, Sita is a middle school student who is a little shy about meeting new people. Her science class has a project where each student gets to video chat with a student from their sister school in Jaipur, India, which is about 7,770 miles away. That's a long way away. Sita is assigned to video chat with a girl named Kaya. Sita is nervous about meeting her and wonders if they'll have anything in common. When they meet, however, Sita quickly sees that Kaya is very nice and they have a lot in common. For example, they're both on Instagram. Sita is also excited to meet Kaya because Sita's parents are from India and Sita has always wanted to know more about what it's like there. At the end of their chat, Kaya asks Sita if she can follow her on Instagram, and Sita smiles and says, "Of course." All right, so scenario 2, I'm going to read now. Sita gets a message on her phone from her friend CJ Cool 11. She doesn't know CJ Cool 11's real name or age, but they've been online friends for a couple of months. They met when he posted a comment on one of her Instagram photos, a photo of her dog Pepper. She replied, and they shared some funny stories about their dogs. Now they talk a lot online. When she shares a problem she has at school, CJ Cool 11 always has good ideas for handling the problem. Today, his message reads, "My annoying neighbor never cleans up after his dog." Cedar responds, "That's rude. Everyone on my street always does." After a moment, CJ Cool 11 answers back, "Really? What street do you live on?" Sita pauses. This question makes her feel uncomfortable. All right, so now we have this Venn diagram. You've probably seen them before. They're usually circles. And so we're going to break down these two scenarios. So with Kaya, so let's talk about how Sita felt when she was talking with Kaya. So at first, she was nervous. How did they meet? They met through a class project. How did they chat? Well, they video chatted with each other. They're the same age and they both use Instagram. These are all things that Sita and Kai have in common, and how they met and what they did. So Sita has a new friend to talk to, and Sita is interested to learn about the place that Kaya lives in. So with CJ Cool 11, they met through Instagram. What do they talk about? They talk about their problems, and CJ Cool gives advice. CJ Cool asked Sita a question that made her uncomfortable. Sita has never seen or spoken to CJ Cool. So how are both of these friendships the same? The one with Kaya and the one with CJ Cool 11. So how are they both the same? Sita enjoys talking to both of them, and they both take place online. So why do you think Sita felt uncomfortable with the question from CJ Cool 11? Why do you think she felt uncomfortable with CJ Cool 11 asking her what street she lives on? Maybe it's because she doesn't know him in real life. Therefore, it's not good to share information online with people that you don't know in real life. He says he's her age. She believes he's her age. He may not be. He may not be someone who has her best interest at heart, and therefore, it's not appropriate and it's not a good idea for kids your age to be talking with people my age online, to be talking with adults. There's just really no, unless your friends or family, especially family, there's really no reason for them to be talking. So if I was Sita's mom, I wouldn't want her to answer that question. you don't tell anybody where you live or where you go to school or things like that if you don't know them in real life and feel that you can trust them. So there's another printout called Finish the Story. It looks like this. So in scenario 1, what message would you send to Kaya? How do you respond to each of those scenarios? In your response, think about the best way to keep the benefits of the friendship while also staying safe. So what message would you send to Kaya? And you can write down anything you want at all. There are no right or wrong answers on what you would send because it's how you would respond to Kaya. So Kaya wants to be friends, Kaya wants to be friends on Instagram. Sita wants to learn more about Kaya and where she lives. So what message would you send? Now, in this box, scenario 2, how would you respond to CJ Cool 11's question at the end of the scenario? What would you do? How would you respond to that? And again, how would you keep the benefits of the friendship while still staying safe? Again, there are no right or wrong answers. And I would love for you to talk to one of your trusted adults about this. Have you talked to your trusted adults about your internet plan? Do you know what their expectations are of you? Do your parents or guardians, maybe you live with a grandma and grandpa, an aunt and uncle, a cousin, foster family, have you talked to them and have they spoken to you about what your internet safety plan is? If not, now is a great time to do that. So, talk to your adults about what they want. I'm betting they would not want you to share where you live with someone you don't know because it could potentially be dangerous. I would love to see your answers in the comments below. That would be fantastic. If you want to leave them on Google Classroom, you can. That would be great. So finish the story on how you would answer each of those. And then there's also some tips on Google Classroom on staying safe. If you want those tips, drop a comment below, and I will absolutely make those available for you. Basically, just never share anything personal online. Not where you go to school, not the street you live on, not your cell phone number, your home phone number if you still have a landline. Don't share personal information online. And if you're being bullied online, tell one of your trusted adults. Absolutely. This can be a teacher, a counselor, an advocate, a parent, another family member, a foster family member. As long as you have a few, 3 to 4, preferably 4, trusted adults in your life, these again are adults that care about you and want what's best for you. Talk to one of them if you're being bullied online. You can also, if you're being bullied online, you can report it. Sometimes the whatever social media site you're being bullied on may have repercussions. They might shut down an account. So when you are making friends online, remember there are lots of benefits, which mean good things, and there are some risks, which means potentially bad things. So to mitigate those risks, mitigate is a big word for reduce or make smaller. To make smaller those risks, it's always a good idea to just never share anything personal online. Unless you have met that person in person and you know them well, they're a family member, they're a good friend, they go to your school, they live in your community, and you know them well, don't share personal information. Now that brings up, okay, what if I made a friend online and I want to meet them in person? Okay, you can do that, but there's, again, a way that you do that so that you can stay safe. Take one of your trusted adults with you. Never, ever meet somebody that you met online in person without a trusted adult with you. And this goes for adults too. Adults do this all the time. Maybe you have an aunt or uncle who met their boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife on a dating app. They typically probably did not meet in person for quite a while, and they probably met in a public place, or they took someone with them. Because it's always good. It's always good if you're going to meet somebody that you met online in person for the first time or the first few times. Definitely meet in a public place like a coffee shop or a restaurant, and meet them when you have at least one trusted adult with you. If somebody says they don't want to do that, that should be a warning to you that maybe this is not a good idea. It's what adults call red flags. If they say, I really want to meet you, I enjoy playing video games with you, or I love your TikTok videos, I love your dances, I love your Instagram photos, or I love your Twitter posts. I think, maybe you've been talking online for a while and you think you get along great, and you probably do. But definitely meet in a public place and take a trusted adult, at least one of those trusted adults with you the first time or the first few times, until you know that this is somebody that you can trust. Because again, you could potentially be in danger. So this was a very basic overview on digital friendships. Remember that just like you see in your school, sometimes there's posters that say, before you say something, ask yourself, is it necessary? And is it kind? You should follow those same rules online. Is it kind? Is it necessary? Do I need to say it? So treat other people online the way that you would want to be treated. If you would not want to be bullied online, don't bully online. And remember, don't share personal information. We've talked about some digital safety things before. It's always good to talk about because there's always different things. There's always different technology coming out, and it's good to kind of review those safety factors. Again, I would love to hear your comments in the comments below. If you're a parent or educator and you want to keep getting videos, be sure to subscribe. It's the little bell. I'm not going to be doing these classes indefinitely. I'll probably do them for another week or two. So next Tuesday, I will be doing another class for 3rd through 5th graders. I'm not sure what that's going to be yet. But until then, I want to hear your questions to these answers. And if you have any comments or concerns, please leave those below. And until I see you next Tuesday, remember to be kind and wash your hands. All right. Bye-bye.